hopefully this, if not, I'll just cancel everything and send you a new meeting.
Which one are you?
Okay, I see, I just saw your, okay, there we go. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so we, I think we're supposed to redo last week's.
Yes.
Okay.
So we can do.
That was a 28-year-old who started college, has some difficulty sleeping, agitation, worried about failing. She's going to feel humiliated if she fails. Okay, so do you want me to go first or do you want to go first?
Let me try again. Let me try and go first.
I can go first? Okay.
Okay, go first.
Sorry. Okay. No, do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay. All right. Oh, I'll just use your name, Margaret, just because it really didn't give us a name. So, okay. Hello, Margaret. I'm Carol Olafson. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I'll be your therapist. Before we start talking, there's just a few things I wanted to go over first. One is informed consent, and that means that you do consent to participate in therapy. If at any time you want to stop, please let me know. Next thing is confidentiality. What we say here in therapy is confidential. There's only 2 exceptions. Would be if you told me that you were thinking about hurting yourself, and the other would be if you told me that you were thinking about hurting someone else. Okay, so tell me a little bit about yourself and what brings you here today.
My name is Margaret. I'm 28 years old. So I'll be, this is my first year in college. I've been having a little issue about unable to sleep for the past 1 week now. I couldn't sleep. Sometimes I slept for only 2 hours. I've been having some kind of anxiety. I'm a bit depressed. I'm just having a lot of all these problems in school, which is affecting my concentrations.
Okay.
Here this evening for you to, I need help to cut it short.
Okay. So you just started school. Is this the time you've been in college?
Yeah, this is my first year in college.
Okay. And you're having some difficulty concentrating, sleeping. Said that you're having some anxiety and depression. With the anxiety, when you feel anxious, can you tell me how exactly you're feeling physically, what you're feeling physically inside when you have anxiety?
Sometimes like a little bit shaky. Sometimes I'm sweating.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm having panic attack. Sometimes as if I'm having like a chest pain or like heart attack. So it's like panic attack. Depression, I'm just depressed. Sometimes it's hard for me to get up. I just want to be in one place, especially just be in my room most of the time.
Okay, now you say you feel like you're having a panic attack.
Yeah, sometimes like panic attack.
Okay, have you ever had anxiety or panic attacks before in the past, maybe when you were young?
Actually, this is the first time. Sometimes I used to be like anxiety, common anxiety, but now it's really, really bothering me. This real anxiety.
Okay, so anxiety in the past, you feel that you were able to deal with that?
Yes.
Okay. And now you're having more difficulty with anxiety?
Yes.
Now, as far as the depression, I know you said that you're having some difficulty sleeping.
Yes.
Do you have times where you just don't feel like getting up out of the bed? You don't want to go out?
Most of the time, after I'm just from school, home to my room, back to school the following day, I just don't want to do anything. I always want to be in my room alone.
Okay. Do you have friends that you've been going out with before?
I used to have friends, but I cut everybody off. I just don't want to, I don't want to see anybody. I stay away from all the activities. I'm really depressed.
Okay, so you're not talking to your friends, do
Not at all.
okay. And were you doing anything in college as far as activities that maybe you're not doing anymore?
No, I'm not doing. I used to, but now when I was in high school, but now I don't want to do anything. Just from class to my room.
Okay.
I'm not participating in any activities in school at all.
Okay. Can you tell me what exactly is going on in your classes that's causing you to feel anxious?
I think I'm getting late with my homework. I have like a lot of homework that are due. Having issue catching up with my homework. I think that's another issue.
Okay, so you're falling behind.
Exactly.
Do you understand the material that in the classes?
I understand a little bit. It's just that it's overwhelming.
Okay.
But it's getting too much for me.
Okay, so there's just a lot of schoolwork and it's overwhelming.
Exactly. Yes.
Have you thought about what you can do to maybe get some help with the work, with the schoolwork?
Sometimes I try to talk to my instructor, but they are always busy. So I'm still thinking of maybe finding one way or the other to reach out to my instructor.
Okay.
Finding it a little bit difficult to do so.
Okay, I know sometimes the instructors are busy and I know their office hours can be limiting. Suggestion is if you could talk to somebody in your class, maybe they know of someone that's tutoring.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can email the professor too and explain that you're struggling and if he or she has any advice for that. But also talk with maybe other students are having some difficulty too. Now, have you ever had any depression in the past?
Not that I know. This depression is this first time for me.
Okay, so this is the first time for you. Now, have you had any thoughts of hurting yourself?
No, not at all.
Okay, good. If you do, make sure you talk with me right away.
Okay.
Now, you were saying that you were much more social in high school, and that since you've been in college, your social activities have been affected by the anxiety and the depression. I want to talk a little bit as far as difficulty sleeping. Can you tell me, do you have difficulty falling asleep or are you waking up frequently?
Difficulty falling asleep.
Okay. Are there things that you try to do before you go to sleep that try to help you sleep?
Sometimes I try to drink some cold ice, which usually helped me before, but no, it's not helping anymore.
Okay, so but
it's not working anymore.
Okay. Is the room quiet?
Yeah, it's always quiet. I'm the only one in the room.
The lights are out. Okay. What we're going to do, and well, actually first, tell me your goals. What would you like to gain from coming to therapy?
I just want I'm trying to figure out what coping skill I can use, like during my anxiety, trying to figure out a little bit of things I can do to help myself.
Okay. So you want to work on the anxiety, find ways to help reduce that.
Yes.
What about the depression?
The same thing, trying to find a way so that I can be at least social a little bit instead of sitting all the time, just seeking help.
Okay. For the anxiety, have you thought of anything up to this point that you think might help you decrease the anxiety?
Sometimes when I'm having anxiety, I take a deep breath, like take a deep breath, like to relax a little bit. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. It helps most of the time, but sometimes I'm back to it again, all over again.
Okay. Now, so deep breathing helps. Sometimes meditation will help.
Yes.
Yoga, things that we can discuss about that. Now, when you said that it does help some, but the anxiety comes back. So when you're doing the exercises, the deep breathing, and the anxiety goes away temporarily, what comes back in your mind? What are you thinking that you think triggers that anxiety to come back?
My homework.
Okay, so you're constantly worrying about the homework. So, okay. Well, we're going to try and work on that, find some ways to help you with.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now, I think talking with your instructor is a very good idea, that you're struggling, and if there's any suggestions he or she would have, I think that would be helpful. Tutoring might be something that he or she may suggest.
Okay.
Now, are you currently taking any medication?
No, not at all.
No prescription medication? Okay.
No.
Okay. Anything over the counter or like herbs, anything like that?
No, not at all.
Okay. Any illegal drugs?
No.
Okay. Do you drink alcohol?
No.
Okay. All right. Because sometimes, alcohol is a depressant, and then also medications, illegal, things like heroin, cocaine, that can also affect your ability to think and your mood and things like that. So I'm glad that that's not going on. Now, with anxiety and depression, sometimes we can think about medication. There are some medications that help both with anxiety and depression. And I just wanted to know if you would be open to it. I'm not saying we're going to start it now, but if we find that you need maybe a little bit more than therapy, would you be open to maybe trying something?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, good. Well, I'm just going to let you know a little bit about what my role is. As I said, I'm going to help you find ways to reduce your anxiety and depression and help you, complete your goals. You said you want to feel better. Now, as far as the socially, you said that you're not doing anything, but you're going to school and you're coming home.
Yes.
So are you doing anything else social, visiting family?
No.
Okay, so you basically, do you feel like you've been isolated?
I think so. I've been like to myself. I've kept to myself for a while.
Okay. Now, do you think as we go along in therapy, maybe there's an activity at school or a group or something that when you feel a little bit better, you'd be maybe willing to try and join?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, we're going to continue next week, and I want to thank you for coming in. It's very, very important. It's a big step to help you feeling better.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right.
Okay, it's my turn. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just saying, trying to welcome you to section today. My name is Margaret. I'm a nurse practitioner. I'm very happy to see you today. First of all, before I started, I want to let you know that you need to sign a consent for me. So this means you are giving me permission to treat you. That's the first thing we have to do today. The other one is this is going to be between me and you. I'm trying to tell you that this is confidential, that whatever we discuss today is going to be between me and you. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
So can you tell me why you are here? Can you tell me about you and why you are here?
Well, I started college. I am 28, so I'm a little bit older, I guess, than coming out of high school. But I recently started college, and it just seems really overwhelming.
Mm.
A lot of work in my classes, and I feel like I'm falling behind. I'm struggling to, to keep up, and just feeling kind of really anxious. I don't want to fail. I want to do well. And I think I've been feeling a little depressed.
Mm. So you've been depressed. Oh, can you tell me about depression? Like what kind of signs, what kind of symptoms are you having? Like,
Well, um, I just kind of want to stay in. I just don't really feel like going out. I mean, I go to class and then I come back, but, I kind of just stay in my room all the time. I don't, friends ask me to go out and do something. I just don't feel like going out. And then I'm having a really hard time sleeping.
okay, so about the sleeping, is it the first time is it like, when does that started? Like, having hard time to sleep since when?
Well, probably maybe about the last few weeks, maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've noticed that I have a hard time getting to sleep. And then, I mean, I'll fall asleep, but then like 2 hours later, I wake up. So
So you are able to fall asleep, you couldn't stay asleep, is that, can you
well,
explain to me?
it does take me a while to fall asleep,
Mhm.
but when I do eventually fall. I don't stay up all night. I do eventually fall asleep just for a short time, and then I'm up again.
Oh, okay. So, did you try anything? Have you tried anything that helps you to be able to sleep well, at least 6, 7 hours? Try anything to help you?
I took Benadryl a couple times. It definitely helped me sleep, but then in the morning, I'm just so tired because I take it like after 12, and then I have to get up for my class. So it helps me sleep, but I have such a hard time getting up that I haven't been using. I've only used it like maybe twice.
Okay. So, not apart from the Benadryl, have you tried something else apart from the Benadryl?
No.
No, okay. So you just couldn't stay asleep. Okay, you are talking about the anxiety. So,
Mhm.
how are you feeling? Like, what happened during when you're having anxiety?
Well, I feel like my heart's racing. I have difficulty focusing when I feel really anxious. It's just a weird feeling. Kind of, I guess, jittery, jumpy.
So, can you tell me what causes it? Do you know what happened before you started having anxiety?
What do I think is causing it?
Yeah, why are you having the anxiety? What's the anxiety? What's it?
Well, I think some of it is, like I said, I'm older, than most people that go to school, and I'm actually the first person in my family to go to college. So I want to be successful, and I don't want to fail. Nobody else has really gone to college, and I want to be able to show people that I can do it.
Okay. So, how are you doing with your classes?
Um, yeah, the one class I'm doing fairly well in. There's two that I'm struggling in. It's a math class, and then one's a science class. Those are the two I'm really struggling in. I'm
So,
saying, but I have like a C in those two classes.
So have you seek help from your instructor? Have you tried and talk to your instructor? Maybe they can help you a little bit.
Well, um, I need to talk with him. I know that there's like a tutor center, so I made an appointment to do that in a few days to talk with a tutor, a math tutor, and then a chemistry tutor, and I think that'll help.
Okay. Okay, that's good. So you just make sure you do that. You try and follow up with your appointment so that, and let's see if that will help with your schoolwork. Then
Okay.
you So your anxiety and depression, is it like, can you tell me more about it? Is it the first time or have you
Um,
had anxiety before? Do you?
well, I mean, sometimes I would get anxious, like when I was in high school, if I had to give a speech, or
Okay.
in front of people. As far as depression, I don't really think so.
Okay. Okay. So depression, about the depression. So try to do anything. So how do you usually feel during the depression?
How do I deal with it?
Yeah, how do you feel? How do you feel when you're having the
Um, I just feel kind of sad. I don't, it's like haven't really felt happy in a while. Just kind of just feel sad and blah. And, I just don't feel like going out and meeting
depression?
people or socializing.
So what about your friends? You have any friends?
Well, no, not here so much in college. I mean, I talk to people sometimes in class, but, as far as like going out and doing anything, I haven't really met a lot of people. It seems like a lot of people are younger than me. And so, I may need to maybe find somebody in class that's closer to my age that maybe has, maybe more in common with me. But no, I haven't really made, I would say, a friend since school.
Do you have any activities or you join at school? Like any activities that is going on in school? Do you join anyone?
Mm, no, I haven't. I know there are a lot of things going on, but I actually haven't really tried to join anything.
So do you think you can try at least so that we can start the process of coming out of your depression? Like, do you think you can find any activities you can join in
Well,
school? You can do that.
they have like something like 300 or 400 clubs, so maybe I can just kind of look online and find something that, maybe I can think about, trying to go and join. Yeah, I could do that, I think.
Okay. So, I just want, like, when you are having anxiety, do you think you have something like coping skill? Have you tried anything to help you when you are having your anxiety? Have you tried anything to calm you, like a coping skill? Do you think?
Well,
Anything?
I heard like imagery, like just trying to think about, maybe think of a place that's just kind of pleasant, like a field with flowers. And I just try to, you know, think of something that's, kind of happy, and
Mhm.
just try to focus on that for a few minutes. It helps some.
You help a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. So, are you on any medication?
No, I don't take anything. Mm-mm.
You never take anything for anxiety?
No. Mm-mm.
Mm. Uh, what about, have you ever taken any drugs like marijuana?
No, I don't do any drugs now.
Okay. What about drinking? Like drinking with friends?
No, when before I started college, sometimes I would go out once a week and drink. But I've just been staying in and just trying to deal with school.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me, do you maybe any of your parents with any mental problem like maybe anxiety or depression?
Um,
Does anyone ask something like that before? Can you think of something?
um, you know, I don't know. I think my mom might have a little bit because I just remember growing up that sometimes she would be kind of stressed out.
Hmm.
My dad's okay though. As far as other relatives, I've never been told anything.
Oh, okay. Okay. So no family history of that you know of. Okay.
No.
Okay. Um. So what do you want? Like, what are you expecting from this therapy? What's your goal?
Well, I'd like to not be so anxious and, and be able to focus on my work. Like I said, I don't want to fail. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. So, maybe that's putting extra pressure on me. But I'd like to be able to feel more relaxed and, go to class and, maybe try to go out and meet people.
Okay. Okay, because I'm not going to tell you what to do. We are just going to work together to figure out what is going to help you more. So we will be able to figure out some coping skill that you will be able to use. Also, there's some medication that you can take. Like you said, Benadryl doesn't work for you for sleep. There's some medications that we may try that will help you, especially for the anxiety and depression as we go home. But we need to work out first of all, like some of your coping skill that you've tried that work a little bit, then we work more on it so that we can develop more coping skill. When you're having anxiety, you'll be able to develop more. Then with the help of the medication, that will work together. So, do you think you can come for more section?
Yes.
Okay, so that because not only one, we have to work. It's going to be a little. It may take a time, but we'll be able to work it out. Hopefully, we'll be able to help you. Okay.
Okay. Let me see if I can stop recording. Let's see.
Okay.
One stop.